All right, by the way, John Phillips is on the line. Let's talk to him real quick and get these phone calls coming in. If you've had a legal issue, and we want you to stay away from all of the boring stuff, you know, the crap that John's just going to go, I don't know, we'll have to talk. You know, one of those, that's boring to us.
Yeah, and we don't want that.
The family, you know,
family court issues.
They suck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want knife fights.
Yeah, if you did something crazy, call us now. John, how are you?
Good morning, guys.
How the hell you been, man?
I've been good. Missed you guys in Jacksonville.
I know.
I had a 5-year-old in tow the entire weekend.
So did I.
Sound like you need a lawyer.
I had a 5-year-old too. It was D.
Yeah,
and I love the Duval versus everybody shirt. That was class.
Thank you, D. Got that for me.
Yeah, it's a cool shirt.
Very nice. John, by the way, is an attorney that is licensed to practice a lot of different places, right?
Florida, Georgia, Alabama.
Okay, nice.
That's good.
That covers a lot of our listeners right there.
It certainly does, doesn't it?
It does.
It does. By the way, if you need to get a hold of John, he's got a very easy phone number. It's 904, and then like everything else is 4, and 912-444-4444. I like it.
It's
All right.
also 444-HIGH, H-I-G-H. You know,
Hey!
in case you want to get a little crazy with it.
Throw that on a billboard.
Yeah, well, that'll get you. In case you got too high.
In celebration of some of your clients.
Do we have time to take this one call?
We got 3 minutes, so
Okay,
we can probably get this done.
Let's do this. Julie, go ahead. You are on with attorney John Phillips. Go ahead, Julie.
Hi, good morning.
Hey.
I have a timeshare. I've had it for over 30 years. The maintenance fees are about $475 a year. And I do own my own home and stuff. What would happen if I don't want it? So what would happen if I quit paying those maintenance fees?
They would eventually try to seek a judgment for the back fees. It wouldn't be good. You know, you don't want to you have a contract, and so you would be in breach of a contract, and they would come after you for the accrual plus interest plus lawyer costs. Like you want to find a way to get rid of it without just stop paying.
Yeah, I've advertised it for like $1 and things like that. Yeah, I just didn't know whether they could come back and attach my property and. Okay.
So do you want to keep your property, obviously? You just don't want to pay the fees.
No, I don't want to keep it. I just want rid of it totally because I do not use it.
So you're going to sell your timeshare for $1?
Yeah.
Where's the timeshare? You might have a buyer right here on the Lex and Terry Radio Network.
Well, actually, it's in DuBois, Pennsylvania.
No, thank you.
One of
Gotta
those
go.
ones where you can transfer and stay anywhere.
I know.
Yeah, that sounds like you got yourself into a little pain in the assery thing.
Yes, exactly.
Pennsylvania is beautiful.
But yes, you do have John is right. You do have a contract. It's just a very simple thing to me.
Okay. Because they had told me that they would turn me over to a collection agency, and I thought, okay, they'll keep calling, and I'll hang up, and maybe it'll go away. You know?
Trust me on that one.
Yeah, that doesn't
never
go
works.
away. That doesn't go. An angry homeowners
There's a back
association.
end. They get their money one way or the other, and you don't want the other.
All right. Well, thank you, Julie. Good luck to you, you little criminal.
Thank you.
All right.
I like the little Bonnie and Clyde bitch.
She's the Bonnie and Clyde of timeshares.
I like her.
Yeah,
She's just going to walk from life. I love it. That's it. I just don't want to pay anymore.
I mean, she's giving it away for $1. I mean, it's not like she has any property to lose or anything.
It's a timeshare.
It's the fees, man. They get you. That's HOA fees and everything else, man. They'll get you every month.
That's where they get you, mister. All right, if you have a question for John, if you've done something stupid, call us right now at 866-977-3687. We have him on for another segment or two, and you can always get a hold of him if you have anything happen to you at all in those 3 states that he mentioned, Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. 904-444-4444. There you go. Or 912-444-4444.
And we will come back and do a couple segments with John on Lex and Terry.
Protecting you from evil for over 75 years. It's the Lex and Terry Radio Network.
All right, so we do have some folks up there that have, shall we say, some issues that may or may not, can be addressed by John Phillips, our special guest today, a good buddy of ours who happens to be an attorney. And also has handled...
helped us sue people before.
He has. He also has handled some pretty high-profile cases and stuff.
Like ours.
Over the last couple of years.
That was one of the ones that got me started. That was that 2012.
Yeah, that was a big thing for you. That was a pivotal point in your career, wasn't it?
It helped. It helped.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So John, by the way, you've probably seen him on CNN many times and all kinds of stuff like that. So John's one of those guys. He's not just like a walk in the street everyday attorney.
He's not an ambulance chaser.
No, he's got it going on. He's got stuff happening. We have got Johnny on the line in Pensacola, Florida. Johnny, you're on with John Phillips. Go ahead, attorney at law.
What's up, John?
What's up, Johnny?
The local paper mill here in Pensacola blew up here recently, about a month ago, all over my property and other properties in the neighborhood. It's about $20,000 worth of damage. And they brought us a big fat check of $2,700 yesterday, and I was wondering what I needed to do.
What do you mean blew up?
Their digester blew up their chemicals all over my property. I mean, I still have their chemical on my property, in my pool. My kids were sick from it. I mean, it's a big ordeal.
Not to name drop, but I'm supposed to have lunch with Aaron Brockovich next week, and that sounds more like her issue. I mean, it depends on the amount of chemicals and the residual damage. I would call out if nobody has somebody from the county, soil contamination, the environmental department, and have them look at it and assess the damage. If it's something that digests in the soil, so to speak, $2,700 might be a gift. If it's a toxin, you're looking at that would be a terrible settlement.
Do you recommend he not cash that check? I've heard that before.
No, don't. Once you cash or sign anything, you're on the outside looking in. So yeah, $2,700. I wouldn't. This is one of those that I'm happy to talk to you off air, and I'd like to look at a photo of kind of what we're talking about, because it's 2 minutes doesn't do some of these justice, and you're in my neck of the woods. Give me a call after the show, and we can talk about that. But you don't want to cash the check for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get your information and give you a call.
It's 904-444-4444.
FloridaJustice.com.
I appreciate it.
Because John Phillips is here for you.
FloridaJustice.com.
I like it.
Man, you sound so official, John.
Yeah, but I like it when it comes out of y'all's voices.
It means a lot. Better. I mean, listen, I like saying it.
Yeah.
For some reason, I really enjoy saying this.
If it sounds credible coming out of our voices, then it is.
Thomas, you're on with John Phillips. Go ahead.
Hey, John. So I was driving to my buddy's house, and I had just sawed off my shotgun, and we were going to go shoot it and destroy it. And I got pulled over, and he saw it in the back seat, and he charged me with possession of an illegal firearm as well as transporting.
Well.
How can I get out of that?
All of what you're guilty of.
Yeah, what state?
In Missouri.
Oh, you in trouble, boy.
Oh, yeah.
You guys might want to take this one.
Ian's right.
Sawed-off shotgun. I mean, I don't know what their particular law is, but it sounds like possession. You were in possession of something that's commonly illegal. Transporting, again, you weren't trying to do it for interstate commerce. You were doing it for your own entertainment, but you probably should have put it in the trunk, bud. And I'd have to look at the individual statutes, but I would hire a lawyer to defend those because they involve a gun. Any type of conviction or even a withhold of adjudication could affect your gun rights later down the road, and you don't want that to happen. So I'd definitely call a local criminal defense lawyer on that.
Yeah, because that's what I was worried about. I mean, I go hunting all the time, so I mean.
Not anymore.
With a sawed-off shotgun?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you hunting?
What are you hunting?
Hombres?
Bank tellers?
I don't even know. How does
Carry
somebody
it under a
actually?
trench coat?
How does somebody saw off a shotgun?
What
Is
was
it
that,
that
John?
easy to saw one off?
Yeah, is it easy to saw off a shotgun?
I mean, yeah, it's just like sawing through a piece of metal.
All right.
There you go.
Makes sense.
Hey, dude, we hope that you get out. You get out of this thing. All right.
All right, thanks, guys.
Good luck,
All right,
dude.
man.
Good luck.
What? Why? You gun guys. Why would you saw off a shotgun? For what reason?
Portability.
Okay.
There's a, and I'm
Scared
not a big gun
assery?
guy, but it makes there's a different type of explosion, and I think especially for a shotgun, the pellets go further. I'm sure we're going to call her in a minute that'll explain it, but there's
Oh God, I hope
there's
not.
there's a more than aesthetics reason.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can keep it in your pants.
Bigger boom.
Yes, absolutely. Let's go to I guess let's try this guy. I want to know what he did. Thomas, you're on Lex Terry. Called from Mobile, Alabama. Go ahead.
Mobile.
Long story short, back when I was 21, I was out partying and ended up asleep on a stranger's couch and woke up in handcuffs charged with criminal trespassing. Now I've applied for a job at a steel mill around here and can't get a job because of my criminal background because of that. How would I go about getting that expunged off my record?
Expunged.
I'd have to look. I'm from
Shredding
Mobile, by the
paper.
way.
This
Happy
dude's
Mardi
shredding
Gras.
papers behind us.
Yeah, something. You just need to call a lawyer about you spotted the problem. You can get an expungement of some type of crimes. This seems like a minor crime. Were you convicted of it, or did you plead guilty to it?
I pled guilty to everything.
Because you're guilty.
That probably doesn't help.
Yeah,
But,
I was guilty.
there's a point where you can get an expungement, and being from Mobile, there's a ton of good lawyers around there that'll help you with it. It's as lawyers go, it's a fairly cheap process,
Right.
and I would just give one of them a call. It seems to me, because it's a nonviolent crime, I suspect it wasn't a felony, that it's something that they could probably take care of.
I do want to ask this. Have you been in any trouble between then and now?
DUI.
Well,
That's why you're not getting a job. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
That's not good.
Hey, dude. Good luck to you, man. All right.
All right.
All right, man.
All right.
it sounds like he's about to have an industrial accident.
It's no. You've been. Maybe if we stayed on the phone longer, you might have got yourself a good one.
Right.
All right, call us right now, 866-977-3687. If you have a question. I'm all of a sudden I'm Australian. A question.
You're the question.
All right. Which one do you like here, guys?
I like John.
Okay. John, you're on with John Phillips. Go ahead, dude.
Good morning. Hey, my girlfriend had a recalled mesh implant, and the attorney told her that he wasn't going to do a class action lawsuit, that it was just going to be case by case. Well, they ended up doing the class action lawsuit. She only got like $28,000. It's not even enough to even get the mesh implant out, which is growing into her bladder and everything else. It's gross.
Well, I have a mesh implant. What does that mean?
Yeah, you do.
I do.
If you know what I mean.
What does that mean?
And
It's
in the woman's parts.
Oh, okay. Mine's in my knee.
It's a very complicated medical products case. There are lawyers that take these and lawyers that pretend they take them. I am in the I don't take these category. That's the third category. And you can't. Lawyers sometimes want to try to individualize a case that's already a part of a class action because they feel left out. And it sounds like that's kind of what happened here. I don't know enough about the mesh implants and what they settled for. I know that what the plan was with that class action is they were looking at cases by categories, and if you provided medical bills and medical records, they were associating that with an amount. So
yeah, she had sent all the stuff to them, and they said it was going to be a case by case and not a class action. And that she was getting this has been going on for over 7 years, and she was getting emails saying that this client got $5.0 million and this client got $3.0 million.
How does it feel?
And then they turn around, and give her $28,000, and they took 68% out of the whole kit and caboodle, and she got left with like $28,000. And it's not even enough to even have they can't even get all the mesh implant out because it's grown into her bladder and stuff. So
man.
it's not even enough to even get surgery.
God,
Is there any way that we could take action against the attorney, or do we find another attorney, or?
There's two issues. Kind of like the young lady Julie that had the timeshare issue. You probably have a contract, so you're not going to go get any more out of the mesh company. The attorney, I doubt, breached the standard of care because hopefully they submitted what you gave them to resolve it. The number is low. I'm going to give you a piece of kind of personal advice. While there's still Obamacare, there is no pre-existing issue exclusion. Go get on the portal. Go get her medical help if you don't have insurance.
Yeah, use the money you have gotten as a deductible.
Yeah. True.
But dude, that's about it, man. That's about all we can do for you at this point.
Hey, John, can you hang on for another segment?
Would love to.
Okay, great. We have John Phillips with us. If you have a question.
I got a question for John. I've been
now. Do you have time right now?
No, I'm going to have to ask him on the other side. It got to deal with retirement and union, some stuff. We need to talk.
Boring.
Sounds exciting.
It's extremely boring.
We'll be right back. It's Lex and Terry.
Drinking coffee on a hot afternoon only because it reminds you of unicorns that smoke? You're in the right place. This is the Lex and Terry Radio Network.
John Phillips, attorney at law, comes on with us every now and again and gives you folks some free legal advice.
Yeah, you may have seen John on many TV shows, actually. He has been on CNN a lot and on a lot of different types of cases as well. He's licensed to practice in 3 different states, but that doesn't matter. You could still call, and he could give you some sort of insight of what you're dealing with, at least. John is with us right now for another segment. There's a bunch to go to here, guys. What are you looking at here? There's overcharge for Jeep maintenance. We'll let you pick. Okay, there's that. There also has a property deed one, a class action lawsuit question.
Car title.
Let's see here. How to get gun rights back. There's a joint custody thing. Friend busted for growing weed. Wreck on company time. What do you like there, John? We got a bunch of heathens.
Anything with a wreck in there, throw me a wreck.
All right. Here you go. Here's a wreck. Brian, you're on Lex and Terry.
Hey, John. I had a question about June of 2016. I was in a wreck on company time, and, you talked about all the good lawyers from Mobile, Alabama. Well, I got into contact with Alexander Shannara, and anyways,
Name
it
dropper.
seems like they're pushing off my case.
They're pushing off your case. What does that mean?
Like they're supposed to get into contact with me every other week, and I contact them multiple times, and it says like they say they're going to get back with me, but they don't. And from what we talked about in the beginning, setting up the investigation and everything, it was a strong case.
Is it a workers' comp case or a third-party case, or both?
I guess it would be workers' comp because I was injured in the accident, but more the total idea of it was to replace my vehicle because I was left high and dry, and they laid me off.
Right. Okay. Well, anytime, and I know that firm. In fact, they send some of their trial work to us in Jacksonville, so there's a disclosure there. But with any lawyer that you feel like you're not getting the time of day, with any business really, you need to call and go up the chain. Like, let me speak to your supervisor. That actually works. I know Alex works in Birmingham. If you call me or email me after the show, I can get you up to the people that you need to talk to make sure your case is getting worked on, because I know them with that particular instance. But you hear about this all the time with TV, big TV advertisers, because they just take on probably a few too many cases than they should. And I'm a board certified civil trial lawyer in Florida, and we take on enough cases to do the job, right? And we'd hope other lawyers do that, but sometimes you do get caught up in kind of a situation where you're inventory to a firm. But I think I can help you, push you along on this one, because you don't want your case sitting there too long. But if it just happened, did you say it happened in 2016?
Right. It was about June 2016.
Okay, so we're 6-7 months, but you should be getting contact. So Brian, if you want to reach out to me at help@floridajustice.com or 904-444-4444, just give me a shout and we can help you.
All right, thanks, man.
All right,
and good luck with that, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Right,
sometimes it's a priority thing too. If it's not on the docket, isn't it kind of get pushed back to things that are
injury? Yeah, with injury cases, what people don't understand is the lawyer starts the process, but until somebody with an injury case now, not all of them, but until somebody's at what doctors call maximum medical improvement and what we call as good as you're going to get, until we know whether you're going to need surgery, we don't want to settle your case, and we don't want to start negotiating it, because it may be a policy limits case and we didn't know it because you'd only been to the chiropractor. And so there is a 6-month to year and a half gap that you're kind of doing this dance with the client and making sure they're going to the doctor and handling that. It's more than I didn't get a call back, but we see it all the time with these advertising firms that people feel like they're a number, and a lot of times they are. So
yeah, I know, but I guess they're a good firm for a reason. They probably know what they're doing. I just don't. I don't want to run somebody over when a case is like 6 months old, because I know how long it takes. I've never had a case go by in the amount of time I want it to go by. That's for sure. Yeah.
No, and in family law, because we do family law, criminal defense, and I do the PI wrongful death civil rights stuff, and in family law you see things drag out because one side or the other has leverage. And so, we get calls all the time, like, my lawyer's not doing anything, and I'm like, is it a family law case? They're like, yep. Like, well, look at your ex-husband or ex-wife first, because that's usually part of the problem, but we'll see if we can help you.
Well, our very own D needs help.
D?
All right, Mr. John.
What you got, D?
Well, John Phillips, before I came to work for Lexi Terry, I worked for this company called Smurfit Stone for right at 10 years. I was able to go ahead and take my IRA and the company match what they would do and roll that over into another IRA that I set up for myself. But there was also retirement set up through the company that, from what I heard, and I'm going off of one of the guys who ran the plant that went to our union. Well, the Smurfit Stone plant that was in Jacksonville is no longer there. They're still a company, they still exist, and the Teamsters are still around. Is there a possibility that I am still entitled that money working there those 10 years that was put up, for retirement for me?
It depends on what your union contract, and you have my cell number. You can call me anytime.
Okay.
But and I don't want to disclose too much of your business, but it
I
really
do.
depends on what the union depends on what the union contract is and what your employment contract is, and potentially if these were outsourced to third parties, kind of how they looked at it. But because it's Jack's based, I mean, just give me a shout today,
All right.
and we can.
All right, very nice.
What's your union boss's name?
Man, now you talking about 12 years ago, dog.
Man,
He's going to need to know that.
come on, dog.
All we got to do is first is just
bro.
get to the Teamsters. I think it was 412.
Oh, Hoffa's organization.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
Get to the
You're in
Teamsters,
They'll never
412.
find your body.
And pull up the records of where I was a member of the union from that was 95 to 2005, and then we go from there.
Let's take this call because I think a lot of the Lex and Terry fans really want this one. James, you're on Lex and Terry. Go ahead. You're on with attorney John Phillips,
guys.
by the way. Go ahead.
Hey guys, long time listener, first time caller.
Okay.
I've got a buddy that was in the process of growing some marijuana.
Oh, buddy, huh? You're a good friend.
Yeah, oh, for real. Well, actually, and he had 29 plants that was flowering, and he had 41 plants that was in veg. And
in veg?
They came
What does
in,
that mean?
seized everything.
They got high
I mean,
and
they were
chilled out.
Sorry.
No, the veg is, they're pre-grown before they flower. Get them big enough.
Yeah, I don't know these things.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, they came in and they busted him for it, and they took all his stuff, everything out of there, but they never arrested him. They didn't charge him. They didn't arrest him. They didn't do anything. They except have a talk with him.
We're going to have a talk with you.
They did, and they're asking for, they want bigger fish, so to speak, but he's going crazy. He's nervous as hell.
Are you sure, James, those were real police?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure of it.
Yeah, did they pull up in a Ford
Yeah, because
Escort?
it sounds a little weird to me.
Yeah, was a Ford Festiva outside your car with a little red light on top?
Did the patch just say security on it?
No, it wasn't nothing like that. It was the real deal, for real.
John?
So he's going crazy. He doesn't know whether he should what he should do. Again, they
Two questions. How long ago did this happen, and in what state?
It was about 6 weeks ago, and it was in the state of Alabama, right on the line of Alabama and Florida.
No way.
All right. Well, there's a body of law that's developing. We call it green collar law over here. It's both the legal and kind of business, and then the illegal trade of marijuana sales. And you kind of hit the point about they want the bigger fish, but he shouldn't say a word without a lawyer present, because they may negotiate some degree of immunity for your friend. But just because it's 6 weeks ago and the police hadn't come with handcuffs doesn't mean that they're not watching and may not do so in the future. So until there's immunity, there's the potential for arrest on this stuff for years.
Sure, they said they had up to 3 years to charge him, and he was facing anywhere from 3 to 99 years.
Holy moly!
Right.
How hard is this to say there is no buddy, I'm growing this for me?
Well, just the quantity of it.
Yeah.
They
unless you're, okay, Chief.
Yeah, so my advice is don't talk about this even on Lex and Terry, and although thanks, and just get a lawyer or have your buddy get a lawyer, and particularly one that it's different. Like Florida just passed a marijuana statute, right? And so there's licensed growers. It's almost becoming this club, this exclusive green collar club, that if you have the blessing of the government, you can do this. But if you're, down the street and grow a plant for yourself, you're in trouble. It's unfortunate, but the law's the law. So Reed Hart with my office does some of this stuff. He might be able to give you more specific general advice. He doesn't practice in Alabama. Talk to a lawyer that knows their way around.
Good luck,
marijuana
James.
law.
See what happens when you want to get high and deal with the Mary Jane? All right, thank you. All right, sorry. I wanted to be very hip there, and it did work, did it?
The Mary Jane.
Thank you, man.
Wow.
By the way, listen, I know my weed.
Yeah, you do.
Uh-huh. Let me see your arms. Anyhow, I know if you're smoking weed. Roll up your sleeves. Well, John Phillips has blown up the phone lines. I mean, they're all over the place right now for the free legal advice. We have time for maybe one more, right?
Yeah. If you've blown up something, call.
Which one do you want there, guys?
There was one I liked that was awesome. It was, I don't know if it's still there. The card title the boyfriend has, Hannah, in Mobile.
You like that?
I like that.
All right, let's go to Hannah because she's a crook.
Hannah?
I'm not a crook. Hello.
Hi.
Hurry up.
So, back a few months ago, my boyfriend bought me a car so I could go to school and work.
Must be hot.
I've since paid him back, but unfortunately, because I was living with him, I didn't get any documentation that I paid him because I trusted it. Well, now things are pretty much over, and I need this car, and he will not sign the title over to my name, and I don't know
Oh, that bastard.
where to go.
So do you have like checks and stuff?
No, I sent him money, like I wired it through the bank.
John?
This is one of those cases you kind of see on Judge Judy, right? You know, you probably, and I don't mean to demean it. It's just one of those complicated cases where somebody didn't do what they needed to do and are asking legal advice after they didn't do it.
After the fact.
Yeah, and you certainly can take them to small claims court. If it's under 15,000, depends on I guess it's Alabama, under 15,000, and you know the first thing they're going to ask for is receipts, and so it's a what we call in the business with a lot of things, a he said, she said. What was the agreement? What were the terms? It's a tough situation, and there's no short of suing him or sending a certified letter and kind of making threats. There's not a lot of clear answers where I can say, look, you do this and you get this car. It's involving lawyers in the court system.
Does this guy still want to be with you? Is he using this for some sort of, carrot?
I think so.
Oh, that bastard.
I think that's the whole reason. Because once I paid him, I gave him $1,000 because that's how much he paid for the car, which I have bank statements of. And I was like, okay, can you sign me the title over now? And he said no, but I never paid him back. So,
oh, boy, what a jerk.
I know it's probably my own fault for not getting documentation.
Yeah, this will teach it.
I'd file it in small claims court. It's a fairly easy process. A judge will bring you both into a table and say, did she pay you? And he'll say either yes or no. One way is committing perjury, one way is not, and she'll give you the title.
Yeah.
So
would my bank statement count as proof of payment? Or?
It helps, but I mean, you could have spent that $1,000 on anything in theory. I would do an affidavit that I'd file with the complaint and say this is exactly what happened. At least it lays it out by sworn testimony.
Well, good luck, Hannah. We're running out of time, baby. And John, thank you so much today. Let's do this again soon. We want you to call John if you have any problems or situations at 904-444-4444.
Thank you, John. And we'll be right back on Lex and Terry.
And there you go. But we will have him on again soon.
Yeah, he definitely has escalated his career in the last 5 years, hasn't he?
Sure.
He's done great, man.
Doing good.
Yeah. I meant to ask him how that case turned out with the guy in Orange Park, the kid that was listening to his music too loud, and the guy shot him. I never found out how that case turned out.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, horrible. But he was I think that was his first big high profile case that was on. I think that even made Nancy Grace.
He's been on a few of those shows.
Yeah.
For sure.
So John's doing great. Thank him for coming on. We will do that every so often.
When you do a show like ours and you're people like us, you need attorneys around you at all the time.